Good morning. I wanted to come on and encourage you concerning the peace of God and how the peace of God really it can literally be your guide. A lot of times we walk around so indecisive, concerning relationships, concerning our jobs, concerning family, concerning friends, any kind of decision that we have to make. A lot of times we walk around in confusion and inner confusion because we simply just don't know what to do. But if we allow and we call on the Prince of Peace and allow the Prince of Peace to come in and guide us and lead us in that decision, we will be able to see things even more clearly, right? So there was a time in my life where I needed the peace of God to guide me. I was in a relationship and started out good. After a while, there just seemed to be so much contention and confusion. And I'm just like, God, where is this coming from, right? I couldn't understand. And so I decided that I was going to go on a 21-day fast, that I was just going to get before God for 21 days. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do this, but this is what I did. And so I began to call on God. I began to call on the Prince of Peace because I needed peace, right? And even in those 21 days, as I was fasting and was before God, it just seems like there was still contention, right? There was still confusion. And so I called on the Prince of Peace to come in and bring calmness to my situation. And God began to do that, right? And not only did he bring peace, but he also brought discernment, right? And that discernment allowed me to be able to see clearly what was going on, right? And so, and the times like when we're taking a trip, we need our navigation system so we will be able to get to our destination, and not only get to our destination, but we'll get to it safely, right? And so sometimes your navigation system will allow you to even go around where there's danger, right, on the road, so that you can avoid and that you're not trapped within that danger. And so that is what the peace of God does, right? And so when I went on that 21-day fast, God brought discernment, and that discernment led to truth. And so I was able to see the truth. And then I began to ask God to lead me out of that situation. And God did just that. So you don't have to walk around indecisive. You don't have to walk around confused. You don't have to remain in a situation that is harmful, that is bringing you trauma and hurt. You don't have to remain there. Ask God for his peace and allow his peace to give you discernment, and that discernment will lead to truth, which will guide you to a way out. So follow peace, just as Paul urged us to follow peace. What peace are we following? We're following the Prince of Peace that will lead and guide us into his truth. God bless.